anything dirty or dingy or dusty, anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Yes, I love trash.
Freeganism is basically it's a frame of mind. It's the idea that one can function in a normal society by living off the land and utilizing what is available to that person. And a big aspect of that is food, trying as much as possible not to buy every piece of food that you eat, but rather utilizing what you have around you. And a famous aspect of freegans is dumpster diving and eating from the trash. So I had the idea that it would be interesting to try, if possible, to live the life of a freegan for a whole week. And the main experiment was going to be if I could survive and live well by eating only what I find from the trash and from dumpsters. I could not buy food. I could not really just spend any amount of money, however small, on any morsel of food. Everything I ate had to be from the trash, or had to be what a freegan would eat. And that was the main experiment. It was kind of supersize me, but from the perspective of a freegan.
I think the idea of being a freegan is freaking crazy. It's unhealthy, it's savage. You should really eat your own food, and not the one that you find on the street.
When I first began this project and I would tell one or two people about it, they would immediately, their faces would twist in disgust, and they would ask me like, how, well, you know, that's a little crazy, why are you even doing this?
Myself knowing Leo, I know he's a very eccentric fellow, but to eat out of the trash, it's revolting, and it'll certainly damage him.
I think what the problem was when I told them, oh, I'm eating from the trash, they assumed, the mental image they got from that was that I would be rifling in the garbage can for 2 hours, eating just anything without even looking at it. That wasn't the case at all. And that's not what freegans do. A lot of the times I would find pre-packaged meats, fish, soups, all of that, and I would go home and I would microwave it. I would cook it. And if I found some potatoes, I would skin them and I would cook them with some broccoli that I washed. Everything I took very seriously. I didn't want to get sick. I knew that I would have to be careful. And I just used my head, you know. I would cook what I found. I would wash the produce. I would you know, have the bagels in the toaster and toast them, and they would be fine.
I don't think it's a good thing at all. And the fact that I know him, that's a problem. What does that mean about me? I know crazy people. My God.
Here's a perfect example of some of the dinners that I've been eating. It's basically an accumulation of everything that I find, from bread to fruit to little snacks. And you basically just use your imagination. You take all the finds and all the treasures that you found in the evening, and you add it all together, and you create a dinner that, frankly, is quite delicious. And I guess it tastes even better because it was free. I didn't have to pay a cent for it, and it's just as good as any other dinner that I would have spent money on. I cooked this before, maybe day 2 or 3. It was potatoes. It's my favorite dish. And I'm going to add some mushrooms, which I've got from last night, or the night before, and some broccoli. And here's another potato, but I think I have enough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's going to be a very light meal, and it looks really delicious, and I can't wait to eat some. So that's an example of a freegan lunch. Freegans, eat off the streets, freegans, eat and go dumpster diving. Freegans. I guess if I were to choose between buying a rotisserie chicken for $10 or waiting an hour after they close and picking one that they just threw out that had been refrigerated all day and was perfectly good to eat, undoubtedly I would go with the one that they just throw out, even because it's all packaged. There's no difference. It's just that it's on the street for an hour and in a bag. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, I will buy bagels and I will buy, you know, organic food in the future, but probably not as much had I not started the diet.
I think it's pretty cool as long as the food is like natural and not horrible for you, right? I mean, it's good food, it's free, that's pretty cool. I'd do it with it. As long as it doesn't affect your health and you cook everything properly, then it's pretty good. It's not wasting anything.
I myself would be willing to practice freeganism, you know, eat out of the jar. I don't really find it to be that big of a deal or anything. I just feel like I can buy my own food and I wouldn't have to, so truthfully I probably wouldn't really end up practicing freeganism.
Okay, Gristedes is the first stop. From there I've gotten rotisserie chickens, I've gotten bread, I got a few apples and potatoes. Most of the time I've been pretty lucky. They tend to throw out everything in groups, like one bag bread, one bag produce. So it's a good place. And I kind of found it by accident. It wasn't going to be my original spot, but I thought I would just go for it. And it's been good to me. My system is usually, you'll find about 5 bags that have kind of okay stuff, and then you'll find one bag that has the jackpot. It's a perfect example. This looks pretty damn good to eat. Well, we got a few bananas, some probably mushy, let's see. It's probably one of the produce bags. Bananas. These might, actually, this one looks good. Keep that one. Tomato. This one looks possible. Maybe, yeah. Potato. It's probably one of the most basic things you can find, but it's one of my favorites, actually. Yes! Fruit salad. I got some organic mushrooms. I'll totally cook that. That'll be great. This is outside the bagel shop, Bagel Bob's. I obviously come here for the bagels, and as I say that, voila, raisin. They also have plain, that looks good. A little garlic. Like little mini bagels. I'm gonna get a bag. But they throw out bagels all the time, every day. It's just like a day old, that's it. No other reason, and it's perfectly good to eat. You know, most I do with it is just put it in the toaster, and I can hardly tell the difference. This is Le Pain Quotidien. It's a bakery. It's probably the most famous bakery in New York City. Here's where they throw out their stuff. I usually find muffins, bread, baguettes, sometimes sweets. Most of the time, just big amounts of bread. See, like, one thing I don't like, it's got like a little bit of coffee grinds on it. So, you know, you just gotta be a little cautious, but that looks fine. Come on. Ooh, this looks good. Oh, it's got chocolate in it. This is Lifetime Natural Market. It's one of the 2 organic supermarkets that I go to. And here you'll find greens, vegetables, fruit, sometimes mixed nuts, dried, packaged like berries and stuff, which is pretty cool. And once in a while some sushi or seaweed. A lot of times you can kind of just tell by touching something after a while whether it's good or not. This is nothing but plastic and paper. This is because it's warm, I can tell that this is all the hot food that they had, you know, self-serve kind of things. So that I can't go through because everything is just too mixed in together. I can already tell someone's gone through this before. It's already been cut up, so probably some other freegans were here. I don't blame them. This is a great spot. This is what we got tonight. It's significantly smaller than what I found in nights previous. Really, we all got it from just one place, which was the bakery, Le Pain Quotidien. And it's weird though, because we went to Gristedes, we went to the 2 organic supermarkets, we went to a couple of other extra spots out of curiosity, and we found nothing. There were no trash bags anywhere. First stop we went to Gristedes has nothing. Now the second stop, the Bagel Bob's, has nothing either. So I don't know why, but I guess the garbage truck ran through here and took everything. There's usually about 7 or 8 bags. One with bread, one with produce. This has happened once before, I think day 2, or day 3, I didn't find anything. I was really disappointed. So I guess basically what you see here is my dinner, and I'll probably have this with some fruit, and that'll be it. I cannot, I mean, there's some cereal here, but I cannot eat it. The experiment is I cannot eat anything that has not been in the trash. So, but it's fine though. For the most part, I've found food in abundance, so I'm okay with having a small dinner tonight. It's totally fine. Well, the week has come and gone. 7 days of eating nothing but things I find on the street from dumpsters and from trash bags. And it was a very unique experience, and I enjoyed it very much. And during the process, when I explained to people what I was doing, some people were understanding, some people didn't know quite what to make of it. But hopefully, if those people witness this movie, they'll have a greater idea of what freeganism really is. And I will say that as I am going to college next year, and I'll probably not have a lot of money for food, I think definitely this experience will help, because I'm positive that I'll go freeganing again in the future, especially during my first year of college. And you know, I'll probably pick up some bagels every once in a while for me and my roommates. I'll definitely cook some potatoes that I find, by all means. I don't see why not, because honestly, when I was doing this freegan week, I had some of the best meals I've ever had in my life, and I really enjoyed it. It did teach me how to cook, and it did teach me how to be practical and how to not be too much of a consumer and, you know, blow $15 on every meal, but rather be practical and utilizing the freegan philosophy of use what you have around you and living off the land.
Well, it's got to be chocolate Jesus, good enough for me.